In today's video, we're talking about how to set up duties and import taxes in Shopify for international orders. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and if you sell products online or plan to sell internationally, this is one of those things that can quietly mess up your margins if you don't understand it. By the end of this video, you'll know what duties and import taxes actually are, how Shopify handles them, and what choices you need to make before turning on international shipping. This is really important because customers hate surprise fees and store owners hate unexpected costs even more. We're also going to walk through some common mistakes people make so you don't learn this the hard way after orders start rolling in. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start off with the basics and talk about Shopify. Shopify is an e-commerce platform that lets you build and run an online store, manage products, take payments, and then ship orders to customers around the world. One part of Shopify that gets overlooked is how it handles international taxes, duties, and custom fees when you ship across borders. Duties and import taxes are not a separate app or an add-on. They're just part of how Shopify connects your store, your shipping settings, and your checkout experience. Shopify gives you tools to estimate and collect these fees up front, or you can choose to leave them unpaid and let the customer handle them at delivery. Understanding how this works is less about clicking the right button and more about knowing what responsibility you want to take as a store owner. Shopify gives you options, but you still have to decide how you want international orders to feel for your customers. Now, let's talk about what duties and import taxes actually are. So before you touch any settings, it really helps to understand what we're talking about. So duties are fees charged by a country when goods are imported. Import taxes are similar, but they're usually based on the value of the item, the product category, and the destination country. These fees are set by governments, not by Shopify. Shopify doesn't create these costs. It just helps you estimate, collect, or display them depending on how you configure your store. Not every order has duties and not every country charges them the same way. That's why international shipping feels confusing at first. There isn't one flat rule that applies to everyone. Now we're going to talk about how Shopify handles duties at checkout. So Shopify allows you to decide whether duties and import taxes are paid by the customer at delivery or collected at checkout. This choice changes the entire experience for your international buyers. If you choose not to collect duties up front, the customer may get a notice from the carrier asking them to pay additional fees before delivery. This is pretty common, but it can lead to frustrated customers who do feel blindsided. If you choose to collect duties at checkout, Shopify estimates the amount and includes it in the total price the customer sees. This creates a more transparent experience, but it also requires more setup and accurate product information. Shopify uses product details like price, weight, origin country, and product category to calculate estimates. If those details are wrong or missing, the estimates won't be accurate. We're going to talk about product details that affect duty calculation. So your product settings matter so much more than people realize. Things like product type, price, and where the product ships from all play a role in duty calculations. If your products don't have clear categories or accurate prices, Shopify has less information to work with. These can lead to incorrect estimates or missing fees. The country of origin is also important. This is where the product is made, not where you ship it from. Many store owners confuse these two, and that can cause issues later on. Taking time to clean up your product data before enabling international duties is going to save a lot of headaches. If you want to go ahead and check out Shopify and get started for $1 for the first 3 months, we do have a link down in the description below. Once you get signed up, you're going to go ahead and navigate to settings down here and then navigate to taxes and duties. And then this is where you can go ahead and customize everything. So you can see it's by country right here. Obviously, we don't have any products in here yet, so it's not going to estimate anything. This is where you'll set up the global settings. So you can include sales tax and product price and shipping rate. You can charge sales tax on shipping, and you can charge VAT on digital goods. Okay, so this is where you can go ahead and customize everything. They make it pretty straightforward. Now we're going to talk about shipping zones in international regions. So Shopify uses shipping zones to determine where you ship and what rules apply. When you add international zones, you're telling Shopify which countries you want to sell to and how shipping should work for those regions. Each zone can have different shipping rates, delivery times, and tax rules. This is helpful because shipping to Canada is very different from shipping to Europe or Australia. When you enable international shipping, it's smart to start with a small group of countries instead of opening worldwide shipping all at once. This makes it easier to test how duties and taxes behave without overwhelming yourself. I want to touch on customer transparency at checkout because it's really important. One of the biggest benefits of setting this up correctly is clarity for the customers. Shopify can display messaging at checkout that explains whether duties are included or not. This small detail makes a big difference. Customers are more likely to complete a purchase when they understand the total cost up front. Clear communications also reduce support emails and chargebacks. Most issues around international shipping come from confusion, not bad intent. Okay, now let's talk about some bonus tips for smoother international selling. So one of the most helpful things you can do before fully opening international shipping is to place a few test orders yourself. You don't need to ship them, but walking through the checkout from different countries is going to help you see exactly what customers see. You'll notice how duties are displayed when taxes appear and whether anything feels confusing or unclear. This small step often catches issues early on. Another smart move is to clearly separate your domestic and international shipping policies. Many store owners like to lump everything into one page, which just makes it harder for the customer to find the details that actually apply to them. Creating a short section specifically for international orders lets you explain duties, delivery timelines, and non-refundable fees without overwhelming everyone else. It's also worth reviewing how returns work for international customers. In most cases, duties and import taxes are not refunded when an item is returned, and this can really surprise customers if it isn't clearly explained. So adding one or two simple lines to your return policy can prevent misunderstanding and support tickets later on. You also want to pay attention to product descriptions for international buyers. If an item is heavy, fragile, or high value, shipping costs and duties will feel more noticeable. Setting expectations through honest descriptions just helps customers feel more informed instead of frustrated when they see the total price. Another helpful habit is to start with a limited group of countries. Instead of enabling worldwide shipping, pick a few regions where the products already get interest. This gives you real data to work with and makes it easier to adjust settings before expanding further. You'll also want to keep an eye on customer emails and feedback after your first international orders go out. Questions about duties often show up early, and those questions can guide small tweaks to your checkout, messaging, or policies. And finally, remember that international selling is not a one-time setup. Duties, tax rules, and shipping expectations do change over time. Checking your settings once or twice a year helps you stay aligned with how your business is growing and where your customers are ordering from. Now let's talk about some of the pros and cons. So one of the biggest advantages of using Shopify for duties and import taxes is that everything lives in one place. You don't need separate tools just to estimate fees or explain costs to customers. Shopify handles this within your existing store setup, which keeps things simpler as you scale. Another positive is transparency. When duties are collected up front, customers see a clear total, which can improve trust and just reduce abandoned carts. This is especially helpful if you sell higher priced items where surprise fees would feel frustrating. Now on the downside, duty estimates are still estimates. Even when everything is set up correctly, final fees can vary depending on the carrier and destination country. This means there can still be edge cases where costs don't line up perfectly. Another drawback is the learning curve. So Shopify gives you options, but it doesn't always explain them in plain language. If you don't take the time to actually understand how duties work, it's easy to turn something on without realizing the impact on pricing or margins. Okay, now let's go ahead and touch on the different plans and pricing options. So they have a bunch of different options here, and what's cool is it kind of meets you where you're at. So you can pay monthly or yearly, but I'm going to go over the yearly prices because that's how you're going to get the best price. So for these first three plans, the basic, the grow, and the advance, you can pay $1 a month for the first 3 months just to, again, try it out, see if it works with your business, your brand, and then you can kind of go from there. So the most popular is the basic plan, and it's just $29 per month after the first 3 months. So with this, you can kind of see the card rates are the highest. You get up to a 77% shipping discount, 10 inventory locations, 24/7 chat support, and then in-person selling by phone. Then they've got the grow plan, which is for small teams. So this is $79 per month billed yearly. With this, the card rates do decrease a bit which is great. And then some other standout features are up to 88% shipping discount and insurance. You still get the 10 inventory locations, but again, since this is a team, you do get 5 staff accounts. Then we've got the advanced plan, which is $299 per month, billed yearly. With this, the card rates do decrease again. And then you get everything in the grow plan, but you get 15 staff accounts. You also get enhanced 24/7 chat support. And then you also get local storefronts by market. And lastly is the plus plan, which is $2,300 per month, billed yearly. And this is on a 3-year contract. Also, it is $399 for your first month. It's not the same $1 per month. So just wanted to make that very clear. The card rates are competitive and you get everything that's in the advanced plan, but you can sell wholesale B2B. You get 200 inventory locations, local storefronts, unlimited staff accounts, and more. If you're a solopreneur, the basic plan is just fine. Then if you do have a small team, the grow plan is for you. The advanced plan is as your business starts scaling, maybe you need more staff accounts and you want the card rates to decrease. And then the plus plan is for more complex businesses. Okay, so they do have a plan that really meets you where you are. If you plan to sell internationally and want a more professional, transparent checkout experience, then setting up duties and import taxes in Shopify is 1000% worth doing. It's especially helpful if you sell physical products and want fewer delivery issues or customer complaints. This setup makes sense if you're ready to think long-term and want to build trust with international customers from the start. It's also a great fit if you're willing to spend time cleaning up product details and understanding shipping rules. If you're just testing your first few international orders or selling low-cost items, you might choose to leave duties unpaid at checkout and handle issues as they come. That approach can work early on, but it doesn't scale well. This may not be the best option if you want completely hands-off approach to international shipping. Duties do require attention and there's no true set it and forget it option with any platform. I know how confusing international shipping can feel, especially if you're trying to grow your store and every decision seems to affect money, customers, and support issues all at once. This is one of those topics that feels boring until it causes a problem and then it suddenly matters a lot. So I highly recommend really paying attention to it. If you want to check out Shopify and get started for the first 3 months for just $1 a month, don't forget to use our exclusive link down below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much for your support. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. This channel is dedicated to helping you grow and manage an e-commerce business with clear, practical guidance you can actually use. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave any comments or questions below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.